For 10 years, Nwanyi kept her son hidden from the village. She named him Obi, a name that meant good heart. In the dead of night, she trained him in secret, teaching him the ways of the warrior, the same skills that had made her one of the village's finest. But while Obi learned the art of war, Nwanyi knew he would never be able to fight alongside the women of Abalama. The village would never accept him, not as he was. Yet she also knew that there was a greater purpose for her son, a destiny tied to the gods. During the day, Nwanyi would train with the other warriors, her face a mask of calm determination. No one suspected the secret she carried. But at night, in the safety of their secluded hut, she would continue Obi's training, whispering the ancient prayers of the ancestors and telling him stories of the gods who watched over them. But despite their careful secrecy, the village's unease grew. There had been whispers, rumors that Nwanyi was hiding something. The elders, especially the seer Hazewine, began to notice Nwanyi's absence during certain times of the day, and though she had always been a woman of few words, her guarded nature seemed more pronounced. Suspicion began to fester. Hazewine was a woman of great power, feared and revered in equal measure. She was the voice of the gods, and her visions had guided Abalama through the darkest of times. She had seen the rise and fall of empires in her dreams, and the women of Abalama trusted her without question. But lately, her dreams had been troubled. She saw fire and blood, destruction that swept over the village like a storm. One night, Hazewine went to the sacred shrine, where she often sought guidance from the gods. She knelt before the shrine, her hands trembling as she performed the rituals passed down through generations. As the smoke from the burning herbs filled the air, Hazewine entered a trance. The gods spoke to her in riddles, as they always did, but this time there was something different. The voice that came to her was not one of comfort, but of warning. "A child hidden in the shadows will bring ruin or salvation," the voice whispered. "He is both a curse and a blessing, but only if he is found will the village be saved." Hazewine's eyes flew open, her heart pounding. A child? The only children in Abalama were girls, and no boy had lived in the village for decades. But the gods had spoken, and she could not ignore their words. She needed to act, and she needed to act quickly. The next morning, Hazewine summoned the elders. They gathered in the council chamber, their faces grim. She told them of the vision, her voice steady but filled with urgency. The elders listened, their eyes narrowing with concern. "Are you suggesting that someone has defied the law of the gods?" one of the elders, Edora, asked. Her voice was incredulous, but there was an edge of fear in her tone.